What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kari.HQ back again with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about a topic that I've been seeing going around the universe about Medellin, Colombia, and all that. Basically, a lot of people have been leaving Medellin. That's what I've been seeing. There's still a lot of people coming, but more or less what I want to discuss is it time to leave Medellin? For me and for other people that may feel like that or might debate with themselves about should I leave, should I stay, and things like that. So of course, me being someone that lived there for 4 years at this point, I think about that all the time. Let's get into it. So it's no secret that Medellin has changed a lot over the years. A lot of the change has been for the better, a lot of the change has been for the worse. We all know that, but I definitely want to make it clear that Medellin is a dope place, a dope country. Colombia is a dope country. I'm just discussing the type of things that people think about when they live in a foreign country. It just is what it is. When it comes to Medellin, after living there for 4+ years, I've had many experiences, both good and bad. Just like you have, or you have had living wherever you live. Living in a place, you're still gonna have good and bad experiences. My question now, after a good sample size of living in Medellin, is Medellin still the place that me or anyone else would wanna call home in 2024? But the answer to that question is a really complex question. You see, Medellin gives you so many reasons to want to stay there, for sure. The weather, the culture, the party, the scene, the prices, the conversion of bringing your dollars to a place like Colombia is amazing. You know, for someone American or someone from a country with a strong currency. We all know that that is one of the biggest reasons that people go to Medellin. You hear every time someone first makes their first video about Medellin on YouTube or something like that, the first thing they talk about is like, dog, you know, our money goes so much further down there. You can buy all this and what we pay in America and get nothing, you could get everything. So with that being said, naturally so many people have gone there and the place is just not the same. You know, there's also been a lot of change for the good. There's also so many other options of places to stay or places to go visit or things to do in the world. I think a lot of times people in the expat community or the traveling community or the quote-unquote passport bro community or whatever, of young male travelers and things like that, get tunnel vision on one spot. For the last few years, one of the main spots has been Colombia, as well as Brazil, DR, those types of places. And that comes with a certain type of tourist that's going to go there and do certain type of things, as we know and we've seen. And that's also brought in its own challenges and difficulties around security in Medellin, which is probably the hottest topic out of Medellin at this current moment. From a content creator standpoint, being someone that does YouTube, you know, I also feel like Medellin is pretty washed in a certain way, meaning there's just a limited amount of topics you can do on a place, and there's been multiple people do, you know, the same videos on Medellin, and a lot of times people like to do certain types of videos around women, to be quite honest, and security, safety, and when people die. Those are probably the top categories of what people put out videos, as well as like the creep cam stuff, right? So other than that, you know, on my channel I do my best to try to show other stuff, other experiences, or whatever I can, but I just feel like it's washed when you have, it could be 100 or more videos every day that get dropped about Medellin, about Colombia, saying different things, and you got a whole bunch of relationship advice and stuff like that, and dudes dating different women, so you're gonna get different results with different women, and men are responsible too for whatever role they play in the relationship and how that influences their experience with Colombian women. So that being said, there are some common things that you might, well, at least I think I can, you know, say that a lot of Colombians do, especially the women, can be a certain way, but I don't want to say, you know, put out a stereotype or anything like that. But as we are in America, you could say it's easier to talk about yourself and say, like in America, you could say we're lazy, we're fat, we eat bad, or spend money more, or we're rich. Is like the gringo stereotype that they have about us. There's definitely things that Colombians do that it's just not cool, to be honest, and makes it a very not great place to live, but it is what it is. On my channel, I like to do stuff that I want to do, you know, period. I don't try to appeal to the algorithm too much. I definitely want to have my own personal touch on my channel, and at the end of the day, it's my channel. It's not YouTube's channel to just create as many views as possible. Personally, I want to gear my content towards my goals at the end of the day at the same time. So it's always a balancing act as a content creator. And I think going to other countries and showing people different stuff has a lot of value in itself, especially when you got a place like Medellin that's so, like I said, watched and has been talked about so much on the internet, right? Having a spotlight on Medellin has come with its own pros and cons as well. There's been a lot of growth in the city. There's so many more things to do in the city than there was when I first got there. And then there's some bad things. Pricing is way more expensive to live there. It can be a little, you can be targeted now as a gringo, where when I first started going, that wasn't really common as it is now. And then people are just more opportunistic sometimes, you know. People have seen so many gringos come there and been able to take advantage of that situation. So, you know, it happens more and more now. Colombia has also attracted a lot of people that's made the place hot. Like, it's attracted good people from the United States and other countries, but it's also attracted a lot of bad characters from my country and other countries. You know, it's not all just altar boys going down there. No, that's not a good way. It's not all people with perfect character and good morals and things like that that go down there from my country, right? So with that, you're gonna get some bad. It's not all good people with good morals and good character that come from my country and other countries and go to Colombia. So you're gonna get bad things that happen because people go down there, they do drugs, they party with girls they don't trust, they kind of go and let their guard down sometimes, and you know that bad things happen. There's also cases where good-hearted people are just riding their motorcycle in the mountains and they get kidnapped, or you know, things like that can happen and have happened recently. So it can just be a little bit of a dangerous place in that regard. All in all, I love the way Medellin was, and I truly reminisce a lot about some of the things of the old Medellin that I wish could come back to Medellin. Since the pandemic has really changed a lot, but like there was a lot less traffic, there was a lot less attention put on the city, and the prices were a lot cheaper. And as a gringo or someone coming from a different country, you didn't have such a stereotype automatically placed on you, and where people try to treat you a certain way or handle you a certain way because they know you're American. I feel like a lot of times they try to play into that fear of you being in their country to take advantage of you, you know. I think that's at the heart of a lot of the schemes that you hear about, and it is what it is, you know. It is their country at the end of the day, so just be respectful of that. Either way, there's always going to be a lot of stereotypes associated to your nationality. I bet there's others that feel like leaving Medellin sometimes, but that's the thing right there, is usually just sometimes you feel like leaving. The rest of the time, you're having a great time, and that's why I always love Medellin, and it's a hard place to leave for sure. At the end of the day, it's really up to each person to make that decision for yourself. What I would tell you is don't be scared to do other things, to try other places and travel and get away from Medellin. But if you also love it and you want to stay there, you just gotta follow your heart. And at the end of the day, Medellin is not going anywhere for the foreseeable future. So you have your opportunity to try other things and come back to Medellin. It'll always be there. It'll always have some of, you know, the Medellin of old. But just like every other city in the world today, it's evolving and things are changing. So right now, as you can see, I'm definitely not in Medellin. But if you're wondering what's the next move, or if you know where I'm at right now, let me know in the comments. Peace. It's your boy Cardi.HQ. I'm out.